Your windows reflect memories none of us can keep. Moments they slip away, a whisper in our sleep.
So we are talking 222. This is a science fiction / fantasy movie directed by Paul Curry. Now, the story stars Teresa Palmer and Michael Heisman. Don't actually know how you pronounce his name. You may recognise him as Dario Naharis version 2 from Game of Thrones. And the story is a sprawling sci-fi with a big themes, looking at fate, inevitability, are we doomed to repeat history, stuff like that. So some big heady science fiction themes here. Difficult story to tell you about without kind of giving away spoilers. Suffice to say, it focuses on this guy played by Michael Heisman, who is an air traffic controller, and his job is looking at patterns and looking at stuff like that. But he starts to see strange patterns in everyday life where history almost seems to be repeating itself, and he's noticing the same events happening time and time again every day, maybe slightly differently, but more or less the same thing on the same times. And he believes it all has some kind of cosmic significance. Is it to do with the stars? You'll have to watch the movie to find out. Anyway, he gets involved with this woman played by Teresa Palmer, and it's true love. They got the same birthday and all of that. But it ends up there is a kind of a past event that will maybe come back and haunt them, and it's ultimately a love triangle. So let's talk about 222. It is a scrumptious looking movie. It's such a well shot movie. It really is particularly beautiful. The cinematography is breathtaking. The cast here are all attractive, and everyone does a great job on screen. I feel there's no kind of dodgy acting here. I think everyone does a pretty convincing job here, and it's essentially a romantic science fiction film ultimately. So if you're not into romance, then you may want to skip this one. I am, of course, super romantic anyway. So it looks great, but I've got to say it may be a little bit of a case of style over substance to a certain degree, because I feel this movie thinks it's cleverer than it actually is. The movie explores themes of, patterns, and are we fated to do certain things? Are we going to repeat the kind of mistakes of the past, etc.? Are we set on a particular path? And I feel it maybe takes its time really getting to the point to a certain degree. I also don't think it's the easiest film to follow in a certain regards, where it's kind of, playing with these kind of big ideas. I don't really feel it maybe makes it the easiest film to kind of follow. So you get a little bit kind of perplexed at times. And when it's all said and done, when you kind of like get to the end of this movie, you'll think, I pretty much saw that coming. I don't think there's any real surprise. So, although I did think it was a very well made film, and it looks great, and it actually does have some good ideas here, I don't think it's a particularly massively satisfying film, but it's still, I would say, an above average film. So if you like the kind of like the romantic ideals and this kind of like star-crossed lovers, and you are fated to kind of find the one you love, then you may want to check it out, because it's definitely probably a rare romantic science fiction movie to a certain degree. There's not so many of them, so maybe one you can kind of watch with your significant other and snuggle up and have a bit of science fiction love action going on there. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.